Shalom. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Pastor John, for having me here again among friends that feels like family. Thank you, Yankee, for sharing your story. I am sure that reliving all of it is not easy, but bearing witness and repeating it is very important. So thank you very much. Thank you, Jackie. Your friendship and hard work is appreciated, especially in times like this. And thank you all for coming out on a cold day like this, although I'm new to Dublin, so I'm told that this is only the beginning of cold. But being all of us here together is so important, not just because of marking Kristallnacht of 85 years ago, but because drawing the parallels of what is going on today. 85 years ago, on this night of November 10th, the nationwide pogrom was carried out against the Jewish people. And we heard this horrifying description of the people who lived through it. Before this horrible night, the world has been ignoring many warning signs in Germany, in other countries, and increasing anti-Semitism, assaults on individual Jews, assaults on Jewish institutions, Jewish businesses. Kristallnacht should have alerted everyone that time. It should have reminded and made aware everybody that time was running out, that the peace in our time that the British Prime Minister was talking about just weeks before was not to be. Unfortunately, it took the Holocaust and World War II to eliminate the Nazi threat and to undermine our most sacred human values. Unfortunately, only 1 month ago, we faced pure evil again. 85 years after Kristallnacht, we witnessed images we hoped we will never see again. And perhaps as frightening as that was not only the realizations that these atrocities happened, but the realization that there are people right now that are justifying them. And there are people that only a month later are claiming they never happened. 85 years after the atrocities of Kristallnacht, we see a Holocaust-like denial. This past month brought with it a rise of anti-Semitism and hate, pure hate. We see the worrying images from all across Europe. We see the extreme discourse even here in Ireland. And before coming here, I was remembered of the words of our President Herzog, the father of our current President Herzog, and his Irish background, standing on the stage of the UN, condemning the decision that Zionism is racism. And being here in Ireland, so many years after, we still need to explain Zionism to people. And people are still using Zionism as a hate word against me, the ambassador of the only Jewish state in the world. We see these calls, we see these protests, we see this anti-Semitism, and we cannot be silent. Our Jewish communities around the world do not feel safe. Israeli communities do not feel safe. We cannot stay silent while our people are not safe. Let us make sure we remember the lessons of that dark, dark day by speaking out against these atrocities, against anti-Semitism, against intolerance, by speaking out against hate. And even within this past month and during these dark days, we've also seen some bright light. The light of solidarity. The light of our communities coming together and in a united voice calling out against these horrific acts. The light of all of us here today. The light of our voices united in saying together, never again. Never again means now. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here.